It's a bold, bold move calling someone a nerd and then illuminating your own stupidity in the same sentence.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Listography. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. Day 2 of Counting Crows week, and it is time to give you our top 10 favorite songs of the Counting Crows. A lot of good ones to choose from. Interested to see what you guys got.
Okay, I will start us off. A lot of radio hits on here. I'm sure your guys will go a little deeper. But for me, I got number 10 from their latest album, The Opener, Palisades Park. I really dig the sort of, it's not like a rip-off of Bruce, but like just the way he phrases things and sort of the vivid visuals and descriptions that he gives kind of reminds me of like early, Sandy or something like that, 4th of July. Just really kind of cool, descriptive, longer song from them. Number 9, I got Round Here from the debut. I love that funky breakdown. I wish an entire track was that funky breakdown. Rest of the song's real good too. Just the way sort of the band kind of gets out of the way of Adam Duritz's lyrics on this one. It's really lyrically driven, and I think the lyrics are really strong. Number 8, Miss Potter's Lullaby from This Desert Life. Just a long, kind of poppy, peppy piano driven song. Just cool song. Number 7, the song everyone's sick of and never wants to hear again, Mr. Jones. I still think it's fabulous. Just one of those sort of all-time, I never get sick of it. I know I've heard it a bajillion times. You can hear it on the radio, probably turn on the dial right now. You'll hear it somewhere. But I think it's just one of those timeless, perfect songs. Number 6, from the debut, I got Rain King. Just real pretty. That always spoke to me growing up when I was an emo, mopey teenager. Number 5, All My Friends from This Desert Life. Just a good song. Number 4, from the debut again, I got Omaha, the song Kramser hates, but I love that kind of country, feel. Number 3, from This Desert Life again, I got Hanging Around. I love just how kind of buoyant and joyous the song is. I love the piano, sort of ragtimey. The bass is kind of following along almost behind the beat. It's really cool. Number 2, you guys are really going to hate this one, but I don't know why I love this song so much. Accidentally in Love from the Shrek 2 song soundtrack. I think it's just an incredibly well-crafted pop song. I know it's probably not what people want to hear from the Counting Crows. Maybe it is because it was pretty darn popular. But I love it. It was constantly in rotation for me when it came out. But number 1, probably, I don't know if this was one of my favorite song, maybe around 15, 16-year-old, but A Long December, just love it. I think it's so pretty. I think the lyrics are really poignant, and they're not soppy, but they're sort of sad, but in a, I don't know. It's like the ultimate Adam Duritz lyrics for me. I'm just always connected. So it's my number 1, Long December.
Let's settle this argument before we carry it all the way into our AARP life. I don't hate Omaha. I just think it's the weakest one on that album. And I don't hate the middle section of Round Here. I just don't think it fits. You're right. If they had a whole song that just sounded like that, that'd be cool. But for some reason, it just doesn't quite work. That said, I still think Round Here is awesome, and it is my number 10. Love it, love the vibe. Such a cool, slow opener for that album, too. Just missing my top 10 list is Mr. Jones and Palisades Park. I love Mr. Jones as well. I just think they have better songs. I'm not sick of hearing it. I think it's awesome. I think it deserves all of its notoriety. I can understand why it's probably their most popular song. I just think they have better ones. Number 9, I also have Mrs. Potter's Lullaby. Just such a great, snapping, upbeat, catchy piano part. Number 8, I've got Time and Time Again, which right off the bat, I think is the most Counting Crows-y song. It starts with that just sulky little guitar and probably the most Duritzy lyric. I want it so badly. Somebody other than me staring right back at me just cries it out. That's everything you need to know in a nutshell for 30 seconds of Counting Crows, I'd say. Number 7, Angels of the Silences. So awesome, upbeat, sounds totally 1996, just like little summery and fun. I love how fast and energetic it is, and then the chorus is so just like kind of cool and tumbling and fast. Number 6, I got Colorblind. I think it's beautiful. All the little touches of, the xylophone and the violins, the strings, the piano is great. Number 5, the closer to the debut, A Murder of One. Like I said in the album's video, just a really nice, hopeful way to end that album. And the All Your Life is such a shame, like so catchy with just that steady drum beat behind it. Number 4, I'm with Joe. I love Hanging Around. Such a just fun entire band performance. It sounds so joyous. Such a cool, just simple guitar riff that's catchy as hell. Number 3 from Hard Candy, I got Miami. Just this good, simple pop rock song, but it's done so well in the studio with all of the little touches. What do you call those Mexican clackers when those come in? It's great. The little pulsing sound in the chorus, everything comes together. It's great. Number 2, I've got Children in Bloom. Such just like a freeing sound to it. Just kind of has like wind in your hair kind of vibes to it. The bass line on it is so filthy. It just got such a good groove to it. And number 1 is Anna Begins, one of the best examples of drums that just add to the song. Played perfectly. I think there's such a growing intensity to the lyrics. The way he kind of like speaks some lyrics, sings some of them, and then kind of gets quiet, like when he says, and she can't stop shaking. The way he just kind of tells the story of this song is fantastic, and the rain falls down part is just so perfectly done. I think it's one of the best songs of all time. Anna Begins, my number 1.
Before I get into my top 10, I want to back Joe up on Accidentally in Love. I do think it contributed to sort of people thinking less of the band in a way, but I do think it's a really great pop song.
It's not a terrible song. I think it's a little sacrilege putting it number 2. Only thinking there's one better Counting Crows song is a tough pill for me to swallow. But
not going to make my top 10, but it doesn't bother me that much that he put it on his list. My number 10 is going to be Up All Night from Hard Candy. If I would have made this list off the top of my head a week ago, probably wouldn't have been a song that I considered, but on this most recent time through the discography, really, really dug it. I love I don't know if it's bongos or congos, but the hand percussion on it, really cool, and the guitar playing on it is awesome. Number 9, I also have Mrs. Potter's Lullaby. It's really long. It's almost monotonous, kind of like puts you in a trance in a way, but I think the dynamics of the track and how they sort of build an intensity in parts and bring it down, and all of the interesting like guitar lines that come in between the vocals really keep it interesting. I think it's done really well. Number 8, I have Recovering the Satellites, the title track from their sophomore album, and I just think this is just a great example of a band playing for the song. Every individual part on this track is perfect. Number 7, I have the song Chelsea, which is a track on one of their live records. Just piano and brass, kind of a jazz vocal number, and I just think it's beautiful. Number 6, I have Children in Bloom. Really intense song, awesome bass line, and I love the way that when it kind of gets quieter in the verses and when it kicks back into the chorus and the heavy section, they kind of use the organ the way Radiohead uses the guitars in Creep. There's like that heavy hit that is just really cool. Number 5, I have Perfect Blue Buildings. At the time when I was in like 4th grade, this was probably the quietest song that I had ever really listened to or paid attention to, and still love it to this day. I think it's fantastic. Number 4, Time and Time Again, just an amazing slow burn of a track, and I think this song has one of the best bridges ever written. Number 3, I have Anna Begins, and I agree with what Cram said about it. The groove is incredible. I love the drum part, and the way that the music kind of mirrors what's happening in the lyrics, where the verses are kind of, I don't know, unsure of themselves, and then it opens up into this big, bright chorus is just great. Number 2, I have the track Good Time. Love the guitar on this track. It's kind of a different song for the Counting Crows, a little unusual, but I think it's awesome. First time I ever saw them live was on the Hard Candy tour, and they opened with this, and I think that sort of cements it in my heart. And number 1, I've got Another Horse Dreamer's Blues, which I think is just a fantastic piece of writing. I think they could probably turn this song into a movie. I think the lyrics are awesome, and it's got a really unique sound to it. I don't think there's another Counting Crows song that sounds like it. The electric piano on it is great. That's sort of something that they didn't use very often, and I think it works really well. The string arrangement's really cool. I just think it's really different and interesting, and I love it.
That was the opposite of my list from Jason. Do you have any radio hits in there?
Did I?
I mean, I know I heard Miss Potter's Lullaby on the radio, but I think it was the local YEP.
It was a single. It was a minor hit, I guess. You can kind of count that.
Very, very deep dive, naturally, from Jason.
I thought you would have Children in Bloom, Joe, considering we were listening to it on the beach in Canada that one time.
It was on my cut down list.
Yeah, my list was pretty long. I had to cut a lot of stuff. But it's the way it goes. Those are the 10 I'm feeling today. Could change at any time. Leave us your 10 favorite Counting Crows songs, or however many you want to leave down in the comments. Let us know what you think of our picks. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check the description for links to our social media, and we will see you in the next video.